Hello, Star Wars fans. While editing my last video a couple days ago, updating the video that's covering the bigots over at Lucasfilm and how it's a problem for Disney, I noticed a disturbing pattern on one of the images I uploaded for that video. I'll give you a moment to look at it and see if you can kind of notice a trend. If you don't see it, that's okay. I'll return back to it in just a moment. But for now, let's move back a few years to when Kathleen Kennedy became president of Lucasfilm after Disney acquired Lucasfilm. I think it's widely acknowledged by the fan base that she is not a huge fan of Star Wars. And I think she realized that herself, and she took it upon herself to find someone that did know Star Wars and put that person in charge of the story group. That was a smart business decision. However, she ultimately made the choice based on what was between someone's legs instead of on their merits. And that's how we ended up with Carrie Hart as the leader of the story group, Star Wars story group. And even then, it shouldn't have mattered whether she was a woman or not. But she is a vocal feminist, even more so than Kathleen Kennedy. And that leads to problems, because if we go back to this picture, these yellow arrows, they denote who bosses who. And if you look closely, Carrie Hart is the immediate boss of most of the people that have been outspoken on the internet against the Star Wars fan base, against men in general, and this is why Carrie Hart, in my opinion, is the rotten heart of Lucasfilm, more so than Kathleen Kennedy, because she is the immediate boss that everyone reports to. I doubt these authors, I doubt these scriptwriters, I doubt they go right to Kathleen Kennedy. I'm sure they report right to Carrie Hart first, and then it goes up to Kathleen Kennedy. And they want to please the boss. And since their immediate boss is Carrie Hart, her views are their views if they want to keep their job. And Rian Johnson and J.J. Abrams, they are not her immediate underlings. However, they have to associate with her and the storyboard. And I'm sure the storyboard weighs in heavily on the direction of the movies. That's how we got Admiral Gender Studies to suicide lightspeed crash into a ship instead of a known character like Admiral Akbar. And he got off-screened. That's how we got Han and Luke being failures as men. And that's how we got a social justice warrior droid in a time in the galaxy lore where the Clone Wars had just ended or was ending. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. But they have an agenda. Carrie Hart's agenda, and because Carrie Hart has the explicit approval of Kathleen Kennedy, she can get away with it. And because she can get away with it, her employees directly underneath her have to go along with it too, or they risk their jobs. So yeah, I'm not saying Kathleen Kennedy is blameless. I'm saying it's far more Carrie Hart's fault. She is the spider at the center of this web. Like, the reason I made this image and then realized the pattern was that Carrie Hart was at the center of it is because all these arrows were showing that, yeah, she bosses a bunch of these people. She's in charge of the story group. A bunch of these people are on the story group. I'm sure these authors have to check in on whether or not the stories fit the Star Wars lore that they have settled upon. The scriptwriter, Jonathan Kasdan, I'm sure he had to, yeah, it's a big festering pile over there at Lucasfilm. But I didn't realize how big of a problem Carrie Hart was until looking at this image closely. Because I had to make room for all these arrows pointing at all these people. And that's how she became centered in the picture. I'm like, holy shit. It's obvious when you draw it out like that how important she is to the direction of Star Wars and how badly she has failed. And if Kathleen Kennedy goes, it is imperative that Carrie Hart soon follows and does not get to replace Kathleen Kennedy, because it will devolve further. Hopefully this doesn't scare you guys too much, but it's scary. If you liked this video, click the like button below. And if you really enjoyed this video, I have a few videos covering Kathleen Kennedy and Lucasfilm. And if you like those videos as well, click subscribe. I am going to be trying to put out videos every couple days. And I hope you enjoy my future videos. All right, everyone have a good one. Thanks for watching.